Step 1, turn on the switch. Step 2.
When I went through the Panama Canal, the day before my crossing date, I went to go turn my engine on and it wouldn't start. And I was like, no, are you kidding me? I figured out that the problem was the starter motor, which was good news because it meant that the engine could be started manually.
Today I want to show you guys how to crank start or manually start a Bukh DV10 engine. The first thing that you should know is that there are basically 3 elements. The key has to be engaged. Here is where you're going to put the handle in. On the Bukh DV10, the compression lever is here, and I've tied a string to it, which you guys will see why in a second. When the compression lever is facing forward or parallel with the boat, that means that it's engaged. To start the engine, you have to have the compression lever pushed all the way back. This means it's open and it's going to allow you to turn the handle. Once you get enough RPMs going, you pop the compression valve closed, and that allows the piston to start firing and the engine will start. I make the string off to the top of this, and that allows me to actually push it myself. You're going to get your little handle, and it fits in here really nicely. You just put it in, push it in, and then start to turn it.
And so I actually hand cranked my engine to start it through the entire Panama Canal with the help of some of my friends. And it was really funny because I didn't want the advisors to know that I was doing that because it seems unreliable and the engine is quite important. So day 1, you start in the evening and you go through the first set of locks, and then you wait in the beginning of Gatun Lake is the giant lake across the center of Panama. And you stay on a mooring there overnight. And the next morning, a new advisor comes and you transit the whole lake, like you're going the whole length of Panama, and then at the end you go through the last set of locks. And I didn't want that second advisor to know I was having engine troubles. But the pilot boat came early. We were all eating breakfast still. So I was like, okay, you guys distract the advisor on the foredeck, and I'm gonna go below with you, and we're gonna crank start this beast, and the advisor isn't gonna know that this is what's happening down here. Cool. Okay, let's go. Currently, my starter motor is in the shop. I took it apart.
Now that I have successfully figured out how to crank start my engine and got myself through the canal, it's time to start figuring out what the problem is with the key start. So I've narrowed it down. It's not the solenoid in the key. The ignition is fine. I think it's a problem with the starter motor. So I loosened the bolts from the outside, or in the boat, and now I have to go back into the locker behind to take it out and unwire everything, which means, oh shit, I need a screwdriver. So I'm gonna get a screwdriver, and then I'm going to very carefully label all the wires with tape and a Sharpie to make sure that they all get back in the right places and take pictures of it. I love taking pictures of things as I take them apart because you don't even realize what you don't know until you try to put something back together, or at least that's the case for me. So I guess I'll get a screwdriver and then we're gonna go into the hole. I've taken everything out of this locker once again so I can get into it, so it's all piled in the cockpit. And now we're going into my favorite place, the super easy to access behind the engine troll hole.
Good morning.
Into the troll hole. Oh, fuck. Everything is so cramped. Okay. Ah. Fuck. Everything is harder in the troll hole. Okay, so. Here's the old starter motor here, and that is the last bolt holding it on. It's just, I can hand loosen it now from this side, but first I have to unwire it. These are all going to get marked very carefully, and then I pull this boy out and figure out how to fix it, because basically everything to do with my engine, I'm a noob, and I learn as things break, so this is the latest learning. I'm hoping that I just have to clean it and put it back together, and then it'll work
magically. But if not, we'll figure it out from there. So anyway, this is kind of the deal. This very cramped situation in here. And I have my Sharpie and my tape. And I'm going to unwire and mark. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn off the breaker so I don't electrocute myself. Shit. Back out of the troll hole. That's the exit. This is where I am right now. So let's see. Good. Breaker switches off. Back down we go. Woo. Alright, so I've labeled all of these red wires and where they go onto this thing because I'm dumb and I will never be able to put them back together if they're not labeled, and I've also forgotten to bring something to get that nut off. Okay, I have this and it goes on here, and I just need my little extension guy. So where should it go? It's right here. This goes like this. Alright, everything is disconnected. I've taped over all the ends so that they don't touch anything and create sparks. Now it's time to take the starter motor off, so I'm just going to undo that little bolt you see there and pull the whole thing out, and I think it should just come out if all goes according to plan. Guess what I have? Starter motor. I got it out. The beast is out. Now I just have to figure out how to get myself out of this compartment. But, it's looking, I don't know. No idea what the fuck these things are supposed to look like. We'll find out. Now that this guy is out, the next step is to open up, this is the solenoid, this little top boy, and these screws, so I'm going to unscrew this and open it up and see if, my hope is that things are just dirty in here, and if I clean them up nicely then they'll work again. So I just pulled this out and look at all of this carbon buildup on it. I think this might be the problem. Damn. It's crazy. Oh fuck. Wait. Is this wire supposed to be attached there like this one is? Is that the problem? Did I just find the problem? And then if that is the problem, do I need a professional to fix it?
I found the problem was just the brushes need to be replaced. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna, since it's apart, I'm just gonna give it to someone who knows what they're doing and have them see if there are any other problems too. So, starter motor day part 2, reinstalling. I have fixed it, replaced the brushes, taken it into the shop, had it professionally looked at. Now I'm just working getting everything out of this locker so that I can get into it and rewire the beast and start it up. So we'll see how that goes. More on that in a second. Step 1, eat chickpeas. Just kidding. Step 1 is take this and put it in here from the front of the engine and then go behind it and put all the wires back where they belong. So let's do that. Actually, real step 1, put on work shirt so that you don't get all your clothes covered in grease, because sometimes I forget to change and then I get a new work shirt. And then step 2 is try to remember which orientation the starter motor went in the first place, because it could go in 2 ways and only one of them is correct. So step 2 is look through photos you took on phone and hope that they're the right ones. Because I feel like I always take pictures on my phone and then they're not the ones that I should have taken. Let's see. Phone taking photos. Okay, there's one of the back of it, so at least I can see. See, I didn't take one of the front orientation, but this little guy is outboard. That's all I need to know. Okay, the starter motor is on the engine, thanks to my tools. And time to go behind it and hook up the electrical, which means that things I have done. Here it is, happily on and not touching the flywheel, which is important. Oh yeah, you're gonna need to be closed for the engine to start, aren't you? And see, this is the hose that I'm gonna replace. It's super fucked once I get this thing done. And I have turned the breaker off for whenever you're dicking around with electronics. Always do that. And the only tool I think I need is this guy and this guy and this guy. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get in without taking all of this stuff out. I don't really know. That's the space that I'm getting into. It's just such a pain to take out all this stuff every time. I might just try to push it to the back and squeeze in around it. So we'll see how that goes. Taking everything out of the locker so that I can put myself into it and then wire the beast from the back. Nothing to make you feel fat, like having to take out like 5 jerrys and an anchor so you can fit somewhere. I mean, I realize it's a question of space, not my weight, but you know. This is definitely my favorite place to hang out these days, back in the engine compartment. Woo! That's what I'm looking at. And there should be 4 wires. This guy says, what did I write on it? Tab under left bolt. Cool. Thanks, past Holly. 1 down, and then these ones, there should be 3. 1, 2, 3. I've taped off all their ends so that they don't touch things that they're not supposed to touch, and they're listed in order of where they should go. Top, middle, bottom. Not that I think it matters, but it's always good to put things back the way they came off, especially if you don't know what you're doing, which is all the time. So I just need to scooch myself a little bit closer to the engine so I can actually reach these beasts. Alright, she's wired. Now it's time to start it. Scary, scary, scary. Everything is wired. Scared to try this because if it doesn't work, that would be really sad. So let's get it over with. Breaker on. Well, that's a good start. We have an engine! Yo! Thanks for watching this week's video. As you can see, I'm doing some of the editing on my friend's boat. She has a really nice computer that works way better than mine. Just so you guys know, this is an at-sea series, so I am currently en route to the Marquesas Islands in the middle of the South Pacific, and I have no communication when I'm at sea. So I have pre-made all of these videos, uploaded them to Dropbox, and put them in the care of my sister-in-law Tish, who is faithfully uploading them every 2 weeks to YouTube so that you guys can still get content even when I'm at sea. So this means that I will not be able to respond to any of your comments or messages, so I'm really sorry about that. I'm not ignoring you, I'm just in total isolation from the entire world. I asked Tish if she could upload the coordinates of where my boat is at the exact time of uploading this video. So you guys should be able to see a sort of general idea of where I am and how close I'm getting. I think by this point I should be getting close-ish to French Polynesia, hopefully, unless the wind is terrible, which
right now the wind forecast is looking really bad, so maybe I won't be as close as I was hoping. If you want to be among the first to see when I get in, you should follow me on Instagram, because I will for sure make a post as soon as I arrive. My Instagram is @BoatLizard. There's a link in the description below for that. And Tish will be helping me to keep that a little bit up and running while I'm at sea as well. Also, thank you so much to all of my patrons who are making this possible for me. If you want to become a patron and support me, my Patreon is patreon.com/windhippie. Thank you guys so much. And thanks for all of your lovely comments. I can't wait to read them once I get into land and civilization, whenever that may be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next in 2 weeks with another full-length video.